You're a democratic socialist, the only democratic socialist running in the race. So what does that mean for you?
To me, that means that every New Yorker has what they need to live a dignified life, that it's local government's responsibility to provide that.
Do you attribute your success in this race to your socialism or to your social media?
I think that there's a combination of those things, because I think that New Yorkers, more than they hate a politician they disagree with, they hate a politician they can't trust.
On the subject of trust, you've adopted different speaking accents in different scenarios. Is there one that's real and one that's affected?
What I would say is, as any immigrant knows, having been born in Kampala, Uganda, and then raised in South Africa and moving here when I'm 7 years old, is there are different parts of my life.
Worldwide tour is a worldwide tour is a worldwide tour.
Mamdani was talking about a worldwide press tour back when he was a rapper.
Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice.
But they go to their local bodega. Here in New York City, this is how I speak, this is how I am.
Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
All we are seeing from our politicians is an attempt to create mass consent for a genocide.
This after ICE raids in Los Angeles County. This is something that could easily happen in New York City. How would you be handling this situation if you were the mayor?
I would be calling it what it is, which is authoritarianism. This is yet another example of Donald Trump seeking to rip the fabric up of our cities and our countries, of attacking immigrants across this nation, as well as the very notion that so many of us Americans hold dear when we think about our Constitution. And we need to have a mayor that can look authoritarianism in the eye and not see a reflection of himself.
We need to make clear that sanctuary city policies, it's not only the law of the city, it's also something that's kept New Yorkers safe. And had we had those same policies in Maryland, Kilmar would never have actually been taken to El Salvador.
The Democrats finally stand up and make it clear that this is not something that has any consent of anyone beyond the White House in Washington, D.C.
You propose lowering costs by using city lands or buildings, building food, buying food wholesale, and being exempt from property taxes. So I guess, how would this proposal work?
I look at the example in Kansas, where they have a municipal-owned grocery store. I look at the feasibility study in Chicago, which found that we could do this in an urban setting. And I think about, why should New Yorkers not have that? Why should they not have not only access, but the ability to buy goods that are within their price range? Cheaper groceries is a guarantee. The cost of this is $60 million to set up one store in each borough. So that's 5 stores as the pilot program.
From my understanding, it seems like Chicago just recently decided not to go with the city-run grocery store and maybe do like a public market sort of a thing instead. And then the Kansas store, it required, it seems from my understanding, a lot of volunteer work, donations to sort of get it going.
I am confident that by putting city government behind a actual tangible plan to deliver cheaper groceries, we would be able to deliver that without the need of volunteers, but rather through the power of the public sector.